Yeah, and that was when we kind of started narrowing down the menu too. It was like, I don't want to do certain things. Like we're gonna focus on what we know and what we're good at and what we think is cool.
Yeah, you have to do what you like to do. When you own a business, you have to do it because you like it too.
Today we're in Rhode Island and we're visiting Brian from A Guy in His Pie. Started in 2020 out of his house, and now he's turned that into this 700-foot takeout shop where he's making some of the best Detroit-style pizzas that I've ever had. Brian doesn't have any restaurant experience, and walking into this establishment, you wouldn't know that. He's done such a great job of designing and building this place by himself with a great feel. It feels comfortable, inviting, warm, and he's also making some great pizza. So he's gonna take us on a little tour behind the scenes of the kitchen. He's gonna also make us some pizza, you'll see that at the end, and show you around and what it's like to operate this small but very tasty pizza shop.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
going on, man?
How are you? Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
So how did you get started in all this?
Well, I used to be a musician. That's like my backstory. I went to school for like audio production and worked in recording studios.
Okay.
And it was basically a COVID thing. Like COVID hit and like everybody else like found different hobbies, and one of them happened to be like a buddy of mine got like a Lloyd pan and like sent me the link on Amazon.
So you never made pizza before that?
No food background. And I'm 35 now, so this was like just when I turned 30. And yeah, I had a full-time job doing like audio production, and everything just stopped, and was bored at home and just got one of those pans, started messing with like the first couple ones that I made were like atrocious.
You made your own dough and everything?
Yeah, did it all at my house, just like messing with like Google recipes.
Okay. You didn't take any classes or anything, or online classes or anything, YouTube or anything?
No classes, didn't even really watch any YouTube videos, just was like messing with stuff. And
was it Detroit style right from the start?
Yeah, I did a couple like round pies, just like on my, not even a baking steel, just like a stone in my oven.
Yeah.
And there's just like something about the Detroit that I was like, this is really cool. And like started making them and was like bringing them, you know, when as COVID kind of opened up again, my buddy like texted me and was like, hey, can you make me a pizza? Cause like no one's open. And I was like, sure. And yeah, I ended up making him a pizza, and I had a photography page because I was like really into photography.
Okay.
And I turned that into a pizza page. That's where the name came from. It was supposed to be a joke, and I just like drew a picture of a guy on it and wrote like A Guy in His Pie on the box, and like that was kind of how it started. I don't have it here, but he actually framed the box for me. I have
did he really?
Have it at my house, which is funny. I gotta like hang it in here somewhere.
So did you start selling them out of your house after that?
Yeah, so I just like made a post on Instagram, and like a bunch of my friends were DMing like, if you want to pick up, let me know. So then just kind of like snowballed, was making pizza in my home oven. It started to get into people's hands, and like people were talking, and it got into like a couple different food like bloggers' hands.
Okay.
And that was kind of game over. And it was like, I think I got like 2,000 followers overnight.
Wow.
And like 400 people on a wait list. And I was like, all right, I think it was kind of like, this is either going to become a thing or like I need to stop, because
that's a lot of people on a wait list for a pizza.
And you know, this was like accumulation of, I know I had a couple friends that own restaurants, and PVD Donuts, if you're familiar with them.
No, not familiar.
Pretty big donut shop.
In this area?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were kind enough to let me do a pop-up out of there.
That's cool.
And we just gave away free pizza.
Oh, really?
And like there was a line down the street.
How did you get people to go? They
posted on their Instagram, because they have like a couple 100,000 followers.
Okay.
I mean, it was like, let's just do it and see what happens. And that was kind of like the kickstart. Then we did a legitimate pop-up out of there again.
So then shortly after that, you decided, okay, I'm gonna open up my own place.
My work kind of opened up again, and you know, I was driving to Cambridge from here.
Boston?
Yeah, because I was doing sound at MIT.
Okay. So for everybody listening, that's like a 90-minute with traffic?
With traffic, it was probably 2 hours some days.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And I was just like really big into like marketing and photography, and like was just like really focusing on the Instagram, and it just kind of started to build, and then I started, you know, going from 1 day a week to 2 to 3, and I was only doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, no, I was doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just me, 30 pies a night. I'd put it up on Square, and they would sell out in like 5 minutes.
Wow, like pre-ordered?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And it was like that for a while. And then I was kind of like, I think my brother-in-law actually kind of like was kicking me and be like, you need to hire someone. like just do it. He actually ended up working with me, and then I hired a good friend of mine who's actually still here today, like 4 years later. And then yeah, just slowly expanded hours, and then like we allowed walk-ins, and then we slowly started doing slices and trying to make it feel like more accessible to people, because I feel like the sellout culture is really cool, but it kind of
Annoys people
for one. It got to the point where like they stopped trying because they didn't think they'd be able to get any.
Yeah.
Or like someone would show up and it would be sold out, and like it's cool, but at the same time it's like we want to like make people happy and feed people, so
Yeah, right.
we had to kind of find this balance of like, this is how many pans we can actually do versus like, you know, trying to meet that middle of like, yeah, maybe we'll still sell out on a Friday, but like every other night you're guaranteed to get.
So you make more than you need? Is that what we mean? Or do you have like a certain amount that sell out? And
we
then
kind of figured out, like fast forward to here, I went through like a rough patch, like probably not this past summer, but the summer before that, where I was kind of like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. I was kind of dipping my toe into like working, like doing marketing for running companies and stuff like that. But then this space opening up kind of was like the now or never. And like I had just sold my house, so like everything in here came out of my pocket. It was a hard decision, but at the end of the day, I was like, I can either be paying interest to a bank, and like if God forbid anything happens and I need to jump ship, like I'm not at a complete loss. Like,
right.
There's stuff I can sell back here. I don't owe a bank $100 grand.
So what was this? Was this just an empty space?
So it was a kitchen before. The hood was here and the sinks were here.
Which is expensive. The hood's the most expensive thing.
And we don't even need we do need a hood because we have the burners. And this wall was here, but like we redid everything. And like none of this bar wasn't here. This bench wasn't here.
So you added all this
Just
stuff.
kind of like was trying to utilize as much space as possible up front, because it's only 200 square feet up there.
How much is this total?
700, I think.
When you say 700 square feet to someone who owns a restaurant, like that's tiny, but then
It's pretty big.
yeah, you're back here and it doesn't seem like tight.
Yeah, and that was the biggest thing, was like I wanted to make it as efficient as possible. Like all the pies get built here.
Yep.
And then like during service, once they're built, they'll go here, and whoever's manning this area will put them in there, and they come out and they get finished there. So
So it's pretty
like
strategic. Yeah.
And
And then where do they get boxed? Over there?
everything gets boxed and finished right here. Most of our ingredients go on pre-bake, so that's why all the cold station's over there. And then yeah, I found these Marshalls on Facebook for $7 grand out of a shop in southern Rhode Island. We were using a convection oven before in the other spot, and
Oh wow.
just like terrible, like not the same, not the same at all.
How many pizzas can you do out of these in an hour?
We do like 100 a night.
That's good though.
Yeah, on a good night. You know, we're not doing 100 every night, but we're also doing slices and sandwiches on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh wow. What hours are you open?
We're only open dinner hours, so Wednesday, Thursday we're 5 to 9, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're 4 to 9. So, but I mean
And you can do 100 pizzas. You can do 100 pizzas in that 5 hours.
It's a lot. It's balls to the wall.
Yeah, I bet.
But that's like Fridays. Normally Fridays. A typical night is like 60-ish plus slices.
How many people are here? That working.
On Friday, at any given time on our busy nights, there's 4 here. All the beer and wine, salads, and slices are that cold station up there. So kind of whoever's up there is taking orders, doing beer, pouring wine. And then yeah, this is kind of the war zone right here.
So you have no restaurant background?
No.
How did you know how to set all, because this looks like a real professional kitchen. Like you walk around and you're like, all right.
No, I kind of have I had a general idea of like how I wanted it. Like I taped, before I bought any equipment, I did a full mock-up on the floor, like with tape, measured everything before I bought this oven. You know, I managed to fit this prep station between the hood and the hand wash sink. So there was like stuff I had to work around, and like, you know, I ended up buying this brand new, but like a lot of the stuff I got used. And
Where'd you go get it used stuff? Like just online?
Yeah, just Facebook, just like stuff like that. You know, I like was really keeping track of costs where I could. And
What was your budget?
I guess I didn't really have one. I just wanted to spend as little money as possible. I knew the money that I had from my house, and the goal was to not spend it all, and I did not.
That's good. How much approximately did it cost you to do all of this? Was the walk-in new?
Walk-in was here.
You're lucky.
Yeah, walk-in was here, hand sinks were here, mop sink was here.
I'm surprised there was a walk-in in here though, because usually a space this small they would have just stand-up freezers.
Yeah, I mean the
fridges.
people in here before it was like a Korean like chicken sandwich place, so they they put this in here. Yeah, and like, so just like simple stuff. We'll do a few, like, we kind of found like what works for us, and
Yeah.
you know, we were doing salad specials and different stuff, and like no one cares. It's like we have a good Caesar salad, and we were like, all right, we're just gonna do a good Caesar salad, and like just kind of cut our menu down to. If it were up to me, we would have like 2 pizzas, and
It's not like me.
yeah, and like, so I had more options over there when we came over here, so I cut it down as much as I could. So it's just Detroit's two sizes, salad, sandwiches, and beer and wine, and then we do our own desserts in house. Olive oil cake, chocolate cake. Everyone's obsessed with our chocolate chip cookies.
You make those in house too?
Everything, yeah. So just like simple stuff. We'll do a few like carrot cake, kind of with the seasons and stuff like that, and just sell it by the slice.
So you're closed Monday, Tuesday. What does a typical week look like for you?
Mondays are my days off.
So you're not even in here at all?
Not in here at all. It's kind of my like, I do stuff from home if I need to, like paying up invoices, things like that. But it's kind of my like reset day.
Yeah, chill day.
I think battle with it a lot, but part of our hours is like the work-life balance thing is really important to me, especially with the running and like training that I do, and like spending time with my fiance and family is like when I'm not in here, it's like,
Yeah, 'cause
that's what I'm doing.
Running a pizza shop can be all-encompassing.
Yeah.
If you let it.
So it's like I'm still here 8 to 10 hours a day, even though we're only open 4 to 5.
So 4 to 5, 4 or 5, you open till 9. You're just serving people.
Yeah.
You got to do all the prep before that.
Yeah, but I'm lucky enough to like the team that I've built now. I have a full-time chef / manager, and he comes in now he comes in at like 7 a.m., pretty much gets us ready for the day, and then we come in and he goes home. And so like, we come in, all the stuff is ready, and it's kind of like we can put all our effort into building and working the service.
That's great.
It took me a while to kind of figure that out because we were all in here at once, and I was like paying 4 people at one time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not making sense.
Like you're all making dough while you're here cooking and everything?
Yeah, or like it was a lot of figuring out, a lot of moving people around, and you know, this is technically, we've only been in here since April, so this is like, we're 7 months in, 6 months in, and that was kind of my thing, was to like try to balance it so I'm not burning myself out, and I can start focusing on like the back end stuff, which was kind of getting pushed to the wayside, because like the last thing I wanted to do when I left here was work on paperwork or all that stuff. And you know, we built a really strong team. There's only 5 of us, but we're all like at that level of like we're friends. Like,
Yeah.
So we all respect each other and like throw ideas off each other, and
It's a pleasant working environment?
yeah. You know, obviously it gets hectic sometimes, but we have a pretty good turnaround time. Like 25 to a half an hour is like, half an hour is rare. Yeah, and that was kind of the biggest thing, is like, obviously if we're like turned into one of those 12 to 8 or 12 to 10 kind of shops, so obviously that requires a whole other team basically, and just kind of figuring that out. The hardest thing is the pans.
They're expensive, or they just don't have enough of them?
They're expensive, but also we'll cook with them, we'll clean them out, and then we'll fill them with dough, and then that'll get put in the walk-in for the next day. So it's kind of like if we were open for 8 hours, we'd have to figure out how to make that work for that kind of volume. But that's just something I haven't even thought of yet.
Do you have a dough trays in there? Like, do you ball your dough and put it in dough trays?
Yeah.
Okay. So those dough trays are probably, what are they like?
Yeah, they're like the traditional.
So these are like $30 each, probably.
Yeah.
So the Lloyd pan, the Lloyd pans are the same price, right?
Yeah, I probably have like $7,000 in pans.
That's crazy. People don't think about that.
Yeah.
They don't realize that these pans are $25 each.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little stack there.
Yeah.
Most of them are in the walk-in right now with dough in them, but yeah, I mean, we have 100 or some pans. Half of them are larges and half are smalls.
You have two-size pizzas?
Yeah, we do the 8x10, and then we do a 10x14. So the 8x10 is 4 slices, and then the bigger one's 8.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Which one do you sell more of?
The small one.
I believe it.
Yeah. One, because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And given how like thick it is, I feel like a lot of people are, you know, if 2 people are coming, even 3 people, everyone's gonna have like 1 or 2 slices. It's all they need.
Do you do half and half, so just one you do?
We do half and half on the larges.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about not selling the larges, just doing smalls?
I have, yeah, but I have like so many pans at this point. I feel like so many people are still ordering the large. If we got rid of them, people are gonna be like, "Why'd you do that?"
Is there anything you wish you would do? You wish you would have done differently? Is it worth it still? Do you love it still?
Yeah, I mean, I do love it. It's like, you know, I've gone back and forth, and like I said a couple of years ago when I was kind of on the fence about it, I feel like opening this spot kind of reignited the passion for it. And I always wanted to like build a spot like this, and I draw a lot of inspo from like Brooklyn and New York style slice shops, but I didn't want the front to really feel like a pizza spot. Like, especially when it's dark in here, it's like super moody up front. It almost feels like a wine bar, which is kind of what I wanted. But yeah, we've had it filled in here, so I'm curious to see how it's going to be in the winter. But yeah, I love it like when it's full in here and everyone's hanging out, and we try to make it a vibe where like they're at home. And,
this is great.
Yeah, just wanted to focus on stuff that I kind of haven't noticed is being done elsewhere around here.
Is there any other Detroit style pizzerias around here?
There's Hotline Pizza, but they kind of do like the pre-order thing. I think a lot of people are kind of picking up on it, being like, you know, it was really trendy a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, I see places kind of starting to do it.
Is it easier to do than New York's, do you think?
Yeah, we're actually testing New York's now.
Oh, are you really? I see them on the shelf over there.
There's a couple slices sitting over there. Yeah, we really want to do just slices. So we're doing like 20-inch pies.
Why are you doing that? Just something different?
Just something different, like to bring other people in that maybe aren't into the Detroit thing. And like I said, like I love going to New York and getting a New York slice, and I feel like I just like miss that around here. There's a lot of people doing different pizza, but I feel like there isn't a true like New York slice. Yeah, so those will be available by the slice and just like super easy, kind of like Lindustry, how they almost like garmage everything. They'll have like their cheese slice.
Yep.
And then just add things to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just there a couple weeks ago. I went to Lindustry, went to Chrissy's, Feeney, Best.
Yeah.
Just was like, this is when we're still testing this out. So I was just like trying everything and making sure it was kind of in that ballpark. Same thing with the Detroit, like we're always changing it. We're pretty solid now, but it's just special patent and sifted wheat, just like a 90-10 blend.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you ever get worried about like, oh no, what if like this doesn't work out, or like what if people stop coming in?
Yeah, every day. Every single night when it's slow, I'm like, well, that's it.
I don't mean to laugh, but I know.
No, yeah, my fiance is like, I tell her all the time, I'm like, well, this is it. She's like, okay, that's nice. That's nice, dear. Yeah, I mean, I always get reminded, like, the weeknights are slow sometimes, but, like, when the weekend comes around, I'm like, okay, people still know we exist. Like, Fridays are pretty much always guaranteed. Friday and Saturdays are killer days. I think, actually, if you Google, like, best pizza in Rhode Island, we're, like, one of the top
you guys come up pretty good.
ones, which
you do a good
great,
job on Instagram, too.
Because I don't pay for any of that.
So just natural, like, reviews and stuff.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I've been battling with is, like, do I want to, I don't know if I see myself having, like, a big shop. I feel like the smaller kind of vibe is like where I want to be, and like that kind of late lunch to dinner crowd is what we're enjoying, and don't know if I ever want to be kind of the lunch pizza spot to kind of feel different.
Yeah, you got to do what you'd like to do.
Yeah, and that was when we kind of started narrowing down the menu too, is like I don't want to do certain things, like we're gonna focus on what we know and what we're good at and what we think is cool. And I'm lucky to have a team that has, you know, some of them have more culinary knowledge than I do, and we're able to throw ideas down. You know, we have a whiteboard back there. If anyone has an idea, I let them write it down. You know, there's just one person calling all the shots. And I want people to like work here because they want to be here, not because they feel like they
need a paycheck.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why we've like worked together so well.
Well, thanks for letting me stop in and
absolutely
chatting about.
Do you want any pizza? We can. Of course. We can make some pizza.
Can we make some?
I have a couple par-baked doughs.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is special patent and main grains sifted wheat, like 70-ish% hydration, and then this is.
So these are the ones you tested on that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, these are like 2 hours old at this point, but I mean I can heat one of these up for you too if you want to try it.
What those are going to be the 18s or 20s? You said
the 20s. Yeah, I'm still going back and forth though because I didn't want to have to buy other flour. Like I wanted it to be something we could just do with the stuff we already had, and we made it with the special patent. You know, you get a little bit more of the like chew, like the classic New York chew with the Sir Lancelot, higher protein content, but the special patent I feel is like just as good. It handles really well for stuff like like this. Like, I mean, it's basically a bread flour.
Yeah.
Which is why we started using it for this. I tried the Petra out. Our purveyor carries this, so I figured I'd give this Semolina a try. I know Lindustry uses Petra. A couple other places are using it.
Did you talk to them, or did you just like kind of do research?
Just like everything's everywhere. Yeah. It's on like Reddit.
Even if you use the same exact ingredients, your process is different. The water you use is different.
Right.
Like,
that's why I'm saying, like, I'll tell you the exact flours that we use here, and it's not like there's really nothing to hide.
It's like how you do it.
Right.
Also, too, like what we talked about earlier, it's that, but it's also like the whole environment.
Right.
The experience people have when they come in.
Yeah, and then the temperature, and even like, you know, it's 69 degrees back here now. You know, in the summer it was 90. Some days it was 100 degrees back here. So it's like, you know, we have a mini split, but keeping up with 2 ovens.
When it's hot outside too, yeah.
Yeah. So we're always changing, putting ice in the dough or like things like that.
You use just mozzarella, or you use a blend?
It's a blend. It's cheddar, white cheddar, mozzarella, provolone.
White cheddar, mozzarella, and provolone.
Yeah, there's like a very small amount of provolone, and it's mostly
provolone gives it the sharpness, though,
cheddar.
right?
Yeah, and the cheddar is better for the frico.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the best like melting that we've found, and there isn't a ton of like, it's not covered in like anti-caking stuff, so it doesn't burn. I know a lot of people are like against the whole hot honey thing, but I think it's great.
Who's against it?
I don't know. I feel like I feel like I've seen a bunch of shops that are just like, that don't seem into it.
There's also people who don't like pineapple. Like that's the whole
true.
thing. I always look at it like this. You're in business. Sometimes you got to sell things that customers want to pay for.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just a hobby.
Right.
Hobbies are cool, but they don't pay the bills. This is the most popular one, other than cheese or pepperoni.
I feel like pepperoni and like hot honey are like popular add-ons. That is the bee sting. So it's fresh cut jalapenos, pepperoni, red sauce, hot honey, grated parm.
All right. Detroit's, it's gonna burn my face.
It is very hot, yeah.
That's good. This is real light. Like you look at this like, oh my God, that's gonna be so dense, but it's not at all.
Yeah, that's like what we really try to do is,
it's so light.
It looks like it should be heavy, but
yeah, it's really not. It's the crunch on the side here. You get a little crunch on the bottom, but the middle is so light and airy. You bite through it so easily. And what's the difference with this one between that? Just the flour recipe, right?
Flour, we're doing a poolish on that.
Explain what a poolish is for anybody. I know what it is, but just if anybody doesn't know what it is.
I wouldn't really compare it to a sourdough starter, but it's essentially like...
You're basically taking your yeast and your water and your flour, mixing it together in a different portion, letting it sit in the wok and to kind of ferment a little bit.
Yeah, we do like a 1-to-1 ratio and mix it. It almost looks like an oatmeal-y consistency, and then we'll let it sit out for a couple hours, typically double in size, throw it in the walk-in for a night or two, and then we'll use that to kind of kickstart the full dough recipe.
Yep. This is 72 hours?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is my math
3
right?
or 4 days. I don't think we'll take it that long.
Can I try this?
Yeah.
All right. That was a good slice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
That's good. Good job on that.
Thanks.
That coming soon? You think this video will probably be out in a couple weeks? You think you'll have these out?
We're hoping for November. Yeah, and it's going to be slice only.
The Detroits are hard to eat on the way home.
They are, yeah.
But this
when we had our takeout spot before we had this, like we would watch people outside, like sitting in their car, just like housing it like, on the back of their truck. Like it was always fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that was always my thing too. Like being in here, it was really exciting to be able to, like, if people order slices for here, like we'll plate them on a real plate, and like that was just like something I was excited for, was to be able to watch people
enjoy
eat
the
it
pizza.
fresh,
yeah,
rather than like handing them a steamed pizza in a box.
Well, I appreciate you letting us come in here and record, and I know it's your day off, so I really appreciate you coming in here.
No, Tuesdays I'm here anyways.
Okay.
We're prepping and stuff. So
Brian, thank you. This is great. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Pizzeria Insider. If you want to check out what Brian's doing, we will link up all of his information, his Instagram, so you can go follow him and his website below. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit like so you don't miss any future Pizzeria Insider videos. And question of the show, where are you watching this from? We always love to engage in the comments as these videos come out, and we're going to be hitting a lot of cities in the future. So let us know where your pizzeria is, what city you're located in, and the name of it. And maybe if we are in your city, we'll come into your establishment and have you as a guest on the Pizzeria Insider series, brought to you by Slice. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you right back here next time.